Let's get personal here. Just you and me, mano a mano. See, I had this girl, Laura, a smile that could make a sunrise jealous and a laugh that would make you feel like you're the funniest guy in the world. And we were close. We were really close. But I couldn't for the life of me figure out if she saw me as more than a friend. But not knowing, it tore me apart. Was I seeing things that just weren't there, or was I blind to the signs, you know? It was like a punch in the gut, dude. That painful uncertainty. Well, enough of that, because I've been through it all. The heartache, the confusion, the endless nights of wondering. And now, I'm offering you a shortcut, so you don't have to go through what I did. Women are so universally hard to read, and us men are universally dumb when it comes to them, but with time and experience, some puzzles can be deciphered. And I'm gonna be revealing the top 10 signs that says she likes you. She's trying to play coy, she's trying to hide it, and it's time for you to break the damn code. Chapter 1. She acts nervous around you. You know how it is when you're caught off guard and you're trying to hide something big and just hoping that nobody notices? You tend to act a bit jumpy, right? Well, I remember this one time with Laura. We were sitting in a cafe, and, it was our usual hangout. All of a sudden, she'd be fumbling with her coffee cup, dropping her sugar packets, stuttering over words, or laughing at things that were just not funny. And I used to think, Laura, get a hold of yourself. I'd have this weird thought, telling me that something was off, but, I was just a dumbass. I shrugged it off. I thought she was just having a weird day. Looking back, oh my God, dude, obviously, right? Obviously. She was nervous around me. And you know why? Because she liked me. And I didn't get it. It was in front of me and I didn't get it. Her palms were probably sweaty, her heart pounding a little too hard, her mind racing a million miles an hour, just trying to keep her feelings in. That's why she was dropping things. That's why she was tripping over words and laughing when there was nothing particularly funny to laugh about. She was trying to act normal, but her nerves were getting the best of her. The key here is to look for changes in her behavior, dude. If she's more jittery around you than she is with others, chances are she gets a little bit nervous around you, and that's so cute. Chapter 2. She asks you questions. Doesn't really matter about what. There is a sign a bit subtler than nervousness, but it's just as important. Remember when I told you Lauren had this laugh that made me feel like I was so funny, like I should be a stand-up comedian. But here's the thing. Laura wasn't just laughing at my jokes. She was genuinely interested in what I had to say. And how do I know that? Because she asked me questions, like a lot of them. Whether they were talking about my annoying neighbor, my favorite comic book character, or even my choice of socks, she'd have a question ready. Why does your neighbor bother you so much? What makes this character your favorite? Why do you always wear these polka-dotted socks? At first, I thought she was just being nosy, but now I know better. When a girl likes you, she wants to know more about you. She wants to understand your world, your thoughts, your likes, your dislikes, even your silly little interests. The fact that she's asking questions, no matter how mundane or weird, shows that she's investing time and effort to get to know you. It's a sign, a glaring one, that she's into you, bud. Words can be twisted, but actions are never lying. In this case, the action of showing honest interest, but, here's the thing. You have to listen, not just to her words, but to the silence in between. You need to watch her, not just when she's talking, but when she's listening. Because that's where the magic happens. That's when she shows that she cares. Chapter 3. She overdoes laughing around you. I mean, this one's a pretty obvious sign when you think about it, but honestly, it can be easy to miss sometimes if you're not tuned to it. She laughs a lot. And I'm not just talking about a polite chuckle here or there. No, I mean hard-on laughter. I meant to say full-on hearty laughter. And the funniest thing, it's usually at something that's not even that funny, like I've been saying. Remember Laura and her giggles? She had a way of laughing at my jokes as if I was the world's best stand-up comedian. Even when I knew my jokes were as dry as the Sahara, she would still laugh. And how it used to make me feel 10 feet tall. even though I'm only 6'8". Yeah, I thought I was the funniest guy around. Truth is, she's just into me. Look, laughter is a universal language of comfort. It's a way for us to bond with each other, to share a connection. When a girl laughs at your jokes, even when they're not that funny at all, she's saying, I like your company. I feel good around you. So don't take it lightly. If she's constantly laughing when you're around, she's not just laughing at your words. She's laughing with you, at you, for you. She's trying to share a moment, a connection. And that, my friend, is something special. Chapter 4, she mirrors your behavior. Now, here's where things get a bit more complicated, but stay with me here. We're talking about mirroring behavior. It's a little trick our brains pull out without even knowing half the time. I only noticed it with Laura after I understood what it was. And here's how it goes. One day, we're hanging out at our usual eating place, and I lean back and stretch my arms, and next thing I know, Laura's doing the same. I pick up my coffee cup, she picks up hers. I chuckle at a funny video on my phone, she chuckles too, she didn't even see it. It's like looking into a mirror, man. At first, I thought it was just a coincidence, but it happened too often to brush it off. And it turns out, when we like somebody, we subconsciously mirror their actions. It's a psychological thing to say, hey, we're alike, we get each other, It's an unspoken, invisible bond. So if you catch her mirroring your movements, your words, or your laughter, she might not even be doing it deliberately. In fact, she probably isn't. Her brain is signaling that she is connected with you, that she likes you. And most of the time, she doesn't even realize she's doing it. But if you pay attention, brother, you may just notice how much she likes you. Chapter 5. She remembers things you said. One sign that really hit me was when she remembered all these little things that I did, those throwaway comments, those small details that you don't think twice about. But no, Laura, she was a sponge. She'd soak up everything that I said. She'd bring it up weeks, months later sometimes. Not often months later, but she would bring it up relatively often. And I still remember this one time I casually mentioned my love for this weird, obscure indie band. It's not important. I won't say who they are. I didn't think much of it then. Fast forward a couple of weeks, and guess what she's humming? A tune from that band. I couldn't believe it. She remembered, and then she wanted to find it herself. It was nice. And that hit me right in the feels. When a woman remembers the small things that you've said, it means that you made an impact and she cares. Yeah, she's trying to ingratiate herself, and it's not totally it's not the most genuine thing to do, but it's really nice, and it's not, it's really thoughtful. She's letting you know that your words, your thoughts, your interests, they matter to her. If you notice her bringing up things from past conversations, especially the little things, pay attention. She's sending out a signal loud and clear, Chief. Chapter 6. She chooses to sit near you. You ever noticed how we have this strange tendency to gravitate towards people we like? It's like we're pulled by this invisible magnetic force. I've experienced this firsthand, and let me tell you, it's a dead giveaway. There was just one gathering with friends, Laura, who could have chosen to sit anywhere, sat right next to me. Sure, she could have just been looking for a place to rest her tired legs or weary feetsy doodles, but was it a coincidence that out of the 6 available seats, she chose the one right next to mine? I don't think so, dude. I'll put together the other signs I mentioned, and it wasn't a coincidence. When a woman chooses to sit near you, it can be her subtle way of saying she wants to be near you. She wants your company. She enjoys your presence. It might not seem like a big deal, but it's one of those little things that adds up. Chapter 7. She wants you to meet her friends. Now, get this straight, dude. Women don't just introduce anybody to their close friends. It's like being welcomed into a personal circle. When she starts inviting you into her circle, that's a sign, a big one. I still remember the day that Laura invited me to hang out with her friends. The surprise, the nervousness, it was all there. You see, women's friends are like her jury, right? They judge, they analyze, they approve, they disapprove. So, when she starts warning you to meet one of her friends, you're up for a review, She wants you to know their opinion about you. And trust me, it's a big deal. I can't get over the day that she once met up with me after a night out with her friends, and we had this little conversation about how her friends approved of me. They even like me, and they wouldn't mind seeing me again. Chapter 8. She gets annoyed with the little things. Here's where it gets tricky. You see, it's easy to think, if she likes me, then why does she get annoyed? But think about it, man. Why do we get annoyed? It's because we care. With Laura, she'd get annoyed with the smallest things. For example, how I was always late. I thought she was just being naggy, but looking back, it's because she cared. When she's annoyed, it's because she's invested emotionally. No, I'm not going to say it purposely annoy her. No. What I'm saying is, if you see her getting slightly irritated at the things that you do, it's because she probably cares a bit too much. Don't mistake it for hate or disinterest. It's often the opposite. She cares, you know? Perspective, as they say. Chapter 9. She purposely avoids eye contact. A woman that can't maintain eye contact with you might be into you, but she also could just be shy or too nervous to show it. It's like she's trying to hide her feelings by avoiding your eyes. And man, that can be so cute, but so frustrating at the same time. Laura, for instance, she would look anywhere but my eyes whenever we were alone. It was like my gaze was a mirror and she didn't want to see her own reflections. And I didn't understand it at first. I thought she was disinterested, but over time, once I was too late, I saw it for what it was. It was her way of hiding that we were talking and she was falling for me, and she was scared of what that might mean. Chapter 10. She tries to impress you. Last but not least, if she's constantly trying to impress you, it's pretty clear she's into you, you know? Come on, dude. Whether it's by showing off her skills, talking about her achievements, whatever. With Laura, she would always try and match my love for rock music. Even though she was more into pop, she'd listen to all the rock bands that I liked, learn their lyrics, even come to concerts with me. She tried her best to impress me and share in my interests, which I'm so stupid, but yeah, that's a sign, obviously. PSA for all you guys, jeez. The truth is, Laura and I weren't seeing each other anymore. Not because we stopped liking each other, no, but because we let these silent signs, these hidden feelings just slip, you know? Nothing came of them. We were both too scared to confront our feelings, to admit what was happening between us. We let fear and the questions of what if take over. Laura was incredible. She was a sunrise that I did not appreciate nearly enough, and I let her slip away because, well, I guess it's mutual because she also could have been direct with me. We slipped away from each other because I was too wrapped up trying to decode the signs instead of acting on them. And you know what? It still stings, so don't bring it up. I'll punch you. But I'm not telling you this to wallow in my sorrow. No, I'm sharing this with you because I want you to learn from my experience. I want you to see the signs, understand them, and have the courage to act on them. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let uncertainty cloud your judgment. Remember, there's no perfect moment to confess your feelings or to make the move. The perfect moment is a myth, and you are screwing yourself up by waiting for it. The moment is now. It's in the messy, the uncomfortable, the uncertain. It's when your heart races, when your palms sweat. That's when you know it's real.